I'm not seeking boredom per se. I'm seeking spaciousness. Inner child work is always so centered around trauma. Now more than ever, people are starting to be like, what did I enjoy when I was a kid?
Like, I don't have a TikTok, you know this. TikTok scares me. I'm actually really afraid of it. If I decide to have a blast, I'm having a blast. I think that's like the perk of being a grown-up. I get to opt in.
And it makes me think about on the other side, how many adults pay so much money to be understimulated.
And we've lost the plot for sure.
And it's like, towards what?
Dictatorship.
Yes, fascism. Yeah, I feel like I don't remember a lot from the past 2 weeks.
Same.
But I know that they were hard.
Yeah. I'm so sorry you remember that. I have all the things to remember. I'm really sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we are on the other side.
We're on the other side. Yeah. And what I was telling you is that this past weekend, I babysat my nephew and we went outside for a little bit, one to tire him out so that he could actually nap. That was the main goal. And we just walked around the backyard and walked around the front of the house and then did it again. And we just went in circles a few times. And it was so interesting because one, we were doing the same thing. I didn't feel bored or anything. I was kind of amazed that here is this little person who's like very interested in everything that he is seeing around him. Like I even laid on the grass and he started chuckling. Like he just started laughing because I guess he had never seen someone just like lay on the grass before, which I was like, this is great that this is the association you're going to make with me in the future. But he would like touch the leaves and would like go like just like move the leaves around, and he just kept doing it. Or he would go and like find a door and like try to open the door, and it was just constant. And that happened for like 40 minutes maybe. Honestly,
it's a long time.
It is a long time, and it was like I don't know, it just kind of made time stop a little bit, especially when you are around younger people. It feels like time just slows down just a little bit more. And I was like, oh, I'm seeing the world through his eyes almost. And it felt refreshing to be like, here is something that I not only take for granted, but that I see so often. And here's this person who's like experiencing this for the first time. And I was like, I don't know if I could do the same thing over and over and over again and not feel like I'm literally going crazy. Like that's not normalized now. And obviously they're learning and experimenting and they want to touch everything. And so maybe that's the reason why it's more normalized for them. But it made me think about the conversation that we had before the last episode where we were talking about like how we use our time, how we fill our time, and just almost like this desire for myself to like not do anything and letting it be okay that I am doing the same thing. Because I think sometimes when you feel, I don't know, I think we all experience boredom and we don't necessarily allow ourselves to just be bored. Like there's always something for us to do. Oh, okay, let me go on my phone. Like I'm immediately going to be entertained. And so there's something there for me about like, what do you do when there's nothing to do?
Do you feel like he was bored?
I don't think he was bored.
Yeah.
But I would describe
what he's doing as something bored. I see. Okay. I was like, he was having a ball.
No, he was having a great time. But that's what I was saying, that I wouldn't describe what was happening as boredom.
Mm-hmm. But for you, you're like, how is that the thing that's keeping you entertained for an hour?
Yes. Like, how are you just opening the door and closing the door and you're just so excited about doing this over and over again?
Being a kid is hilarious.
Yeah. So being a kid is hilarious. And sometimes I'm like, I don't have to take anything seriously because here's this little child like so excited that he's seeing a tree for the first time. So it's one of those reminders, right? That like nothing is as big as we think it is.
Mm-hmm. Nothing is as like serious. Nothing matters. A little bit. Yeah. No, I completely agree. It was my first tattoo. First tattoo I ever got says simplicity. It's not that deep. I don't know. Like I think sometimes like there's like bills and whatever. There's so many things to do that like you have to do, or at least we've decided we have to do, that there's no room to just like be curious and like step into a puddle or like make a mud pie, whatever. Those things are not accessible because there's so many things to do.
Yeah.
Which is why it's like, if you can find a way to offer yourself the stability of the things you need to do, then you might actually find excitement in like repetition again. You know, like I made a banana bread earlier. It's something I enjoy doing, but it's such a muscle memory now that like it doesn't take a lot of planning to do. I have to dedicate more time to it, so it feels like a thing I can just pull up one day and do again. Because I know the steps. I think like when you're a kid, you're like learning steps. So it's exciting in a different way, but even once you know them, we do tend to disregard things we know to find new. I think.
Right.
We're like, okay, I already did that, so like now what? It's like do it again in a new way, like collaging. I don't know. I feel like you and I are actually people who do repetition pretty often, even if it's like not always for play or for like joy or curiosity, but like we're systems people.
Yeah.
So I'm, I love me a new craft, as you know. I have many, because I think it's so cool to like get good at something, so that I can keep doing it.
Right.
Not to like never do it again, but to have the like muscle memory of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's how I think about it.
No.
But I do wish that it was as like exciting.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that's the part that's missing. That when we go through life and we do things over and over again, we kind of lose the excitement in it.
Yeah, excitement is always from a new thing.
Yes.
Yeah, but new is, I think and even just hearing you right now, like, I don't know if new always has to be like completely new. Right? That might be the pivot, is like, even for me, like in this apartment, like I've like redecorated like 1,000,000 times.
Right.
The space is the same, but like it always feels new to like change my towels and like change my sheets and like get new candles, and like then I'm like excited again. So maybe part of it is like, how do you learn to give yourself new without having everything have to change for new?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I think that's a good lesson. I think young people have a lot of they have it right, because they haven't like, we haven't taught them our stress yet.
Yes.
They haven't been exposed to like the inner workings of like, doors are meant to lock for safety. Like they're not doing all this like math about like why things are the way they are. They're just like, oh, cool.
Like that exists. What is that about? And that's where it's just curiosity that's actually present. And even in having this conversation, it made me think about like when people do like inner child work is always so centered around trauma. And I think now more than ever, people are starting to be like, what did I enjoy when I was a kid? And like, can I do that a little bit more? And when he was being himself, moving, as he wants to, I was like, like, what was I doing? Like, was I picking up the soil, and like walking around and turning around a bunch of times? And like, maybe that's what it was that I was enjoying. Maybe I just wanted to touch a tree or something,
Yeah.
So it just made me think about like, how could I offer myself those experiences that feel really nourishing to me and that I don't have to seek them outside of myself either to experience them. Yeah, I just feel like you and I do like a lot of heavy work. And so I'm like, how do we like lay it? How do we move that to the side for a second? Yeah,
I think the tricky part about like play, even people who do like inner child work with play, even are like, they're so analytical about it.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm going to play because like my inner child needs to come forward, and therefore now like joy. And it's like, that's not joy. That's like prescription.
Yeah.
Right. So I think part of it is more just like the practicing being embarrassed in public. Like, I don't think it has to always be like, I'm going to do an activity.
Yeah.
I think like because we're older and because we have like so much more context and memory and history or whatever else, like it might have to be accessed very differently than how like a kid would access it. The kid's baseline is like, I don't know, I'm just learning.
Yeah.
But as an adult, so and then the adult version, I think like these are all like very rough draft thoughts, but like it has to be like, okay, like where do I feel uncomfortable? How do I like release something where I'm uncomfortable? Like I might have to look a little bit more grown up to start, so you can practice like the feeling of free or the feeling of explore, and then you can explore. But I think sometimes we like jump to try to just do the exploring, but we haven't dealt with like why we lost it. You know, which is why it's like heavy and all that. But like that part is what gives you access to chill. Like I like, for example, like if you're like collaging used to be like hard for me because I was like, it has to look a certain way.
Right.
But the more I collage, the more I was like, no, I'm cool with the little chaos. But it took my like adult discipline of repetition, you know, to like find it, to like the fun in it again, because it's just so far away.
Yeah, and it's like
sense.
I just think we can find the fun in anything.
Yeah,
it's kind of what we're trying to get at.
I'd be having a good time, you know, and even in the midst of like heavy and hard work, like I'm having a blast.
Yeah,
if I decide to have a blast, I'm having a blast. You know, I think that's like the perk of being a grown up. I get to opt in.
Yeah.
To fun. I get to opt in to like take it less seriously. Even if, you know, people are urgent around you, like I miss the feeling of discovering things for the first time. And I think it still happens when you're a grown up. It can.
Of course.
If you like allow yourself to be a student.
Yeah.
But I think you and I do pretty well is like, yeah, I'm always down to like understand something I don't know. And that feels exciting. It's not the same as like, it's not like a pattern on the leaf. But it is like, for me, it's like, getting my like polymer clay to dry correctly is cool for me. So I'm like, oh my god, like I did it. I try to understand a thing I don't know, and like now I know how to do this thing that I didn't know before. Or like getting these paintings up.
Right.
It was work for sure, but repetition 1,000%. We were here like weekends and weekends out, repeating and trying different things. Which like I think if you and I were like little, it would look the same to you. The repetition of a task. Right? We're doing the same thing.
Yeah, that is true.
Right? Like, and like, yes, it was like an annoying task, whatever, but like, so was like walking around a house a million times, you know, like if you see it that way. But so I think the fact that you saw what you were watching as joy or as curiosity speaks to how close your inner child might be. That's how I hear it. Because you could have been like, oh my God, it's so annoying and keep following him. He's not moving. He's not like changing the activity. You could have opted into that.
That's true.
You were just like, oh my God, like what a beautiful lesson I'm seeing. And I'm like,
yeah, I was like, let's do it again. Let's go around the house
see how quickly,
again.
But you found yours so quickly to kind of lay with him. Because I think adults' tendency with kids is to rush them. Right? It's to move them to like help. Like, for example, like I've watched so many videos, like even with my friends who have kids, like when their child is struggling, like you want to intervene. You're like, all right, let's like wrap it up. And like, you know, and like, it's like hard as an adult to like watch someone struggle through something, but like they're just like practicing, you know, and like, so even the fact that you like observed this like repetition and you weren't trying to intervene in it or stop it or like slow him down or put him inside or like pick him up and move him faster, like all those things would have been robbing you and him of your like moment to be curious.
Yeah, right. Because I'm like, there's so much to see in a backyard.
Yeah, and like and you guys have time. It's not like you were on a time. You know, there's a lot more like freedom there.
Yeah,
and that partly has to do with y'all. Like y'all made time for him to get to do that. He could have been on a schedule. You know, there's some parents who are like, my kid for 30 minutes and for now. You know,
right.
So there's a lot of kids who don't get a chance to be curious because before they understand time, they're like, I have to be doing other stuff.
Right,
now.
they're on a schedule.
Yeah, and like the parents are, you know, well intentioned and trying to like educate or whatever it may be, but like. Yeah, play is like a really, really important developmental skill.
Like essential.
Yeah.
Absolutely essential. I'm honestly still in awe of what I witnessed and trying to make sense of what was happening. Because everything felt new every single time. Even in the repetition of like moving around the house, it felt like, oh my God, this is the first time that I'm seeing you like open this door. And so
it felt new to you, or you think it felt new to him?
The way he was acting, it felt new to him. Like he was just as excited as the first time that he did it. I was like, do you not remember us doing this?
Wait, maybe there's something else there. Maybe like the nuance there is like, maybe it wasn't new and it was still exciting. Right? Like I clean my house. You know, I clean my house every day.
I know.
Every time I clean my house, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to clean my house.
Yeah.
It's not my first time, but it's like, it's the same exact, it's not even like a diluted joy.
Yeah.
It's the same joy. Like getting to walk around my house and once I'm done cleaning, I'm like, oh, it's
I don't know if I feel that way about anything.
Yeah. For me, like, same thing. Even with like remaking things that I've made, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Because there's something about the, like, for me as an adult, it's like the muscle memory. Oh my God, like, I remember how to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I know, and even if I don't do it for a long time, like, I can remember making making it in a way that, like, I like it. I'm like, oh, okay, like, I still know how to do this. Right? Yeah. So sometimes it's new, but sometimes it's exciting. They don't, like, I can imagine for, you know, a person that small, his hands are tiny.
Yeah.
So he's probably like, every time he's able to open it, he's like, oh my God, I can open it. Okay, let me try again to see if it ever stops working. Maybe once, you know, like, right. I'm making clear that, like, it's working now, but it might not next time. So when you do it, you go, okay, it still works. All right, cool, it still works. All right, cool, it still works. There's a lot of ways to interpret it. But I like and I love that what you witnessed, what you took away is this. I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That you could have had a very different take.
Right. And I could have been annoyed.
And been like, wow, like, okay, like, walking out of the house again, like, third time. You know, that was an option for you. So I think it's very cool that it's not your takeaway.
Yeah. I feel like what it did for me was made me consider my own relation, like what I think about boredom, honestly, because I do think that somebody else would have looked at the situation and be like, oh, he's bored. He's like trying to find a way to figure out, himself. You know, to entertain himself. And I'm like, that's not always what boredom is. And so it almost made me want to like apply what he was doing into my own life. Like, how can I do the same things and still find some joy in it, right? Even right now, like everything is green around me. And in my apartment, there's like a really big window where you can see all of the trees. And in the winter, there were no leaves. Yeah. There were no leaves. And so for the last 2 weeks, I've like almost every day I kind of just look out. I'm like, oh my God, the trees are coming. The trees are coming. They're alive. They're coming back. And I'm just like looking around and seeing that everything is green feels so exciting. And I'm like, here's something that is so natural that is bringing me joy. And I think someone last week at some point was like, what's bringing you joy right now? And I felt like I had to find something super tangible.
What do you mean?
I felt like it had to be like, I had to give like a really specific example of something that was giving me joy versus like what we talked about, finding joy in the mundane. I was like, I don't know, the flowers are growing right now. And like, I see the gardeners coming outside and I know it's about to be time. And like, and allowing that to be a source of joy. Versus I feel like sometimes we just intellectualize everything and try to make everything so much more complicated than it is. And so I'm trying to help myself in recognizing that the smallest things can bring me joy, that it doesn't have to be this big thing.
Like monumentous occasion. Yeah. Which like to your point, like I think young people, like kids, have that internal, like hasn't been taken from them yet.
And you know what's funny now that we're talking about this? I recently did a collage, maybe like a week or two ago. And one of the phrases that I had pulled out was, good things come in small. And I was talking to somebody about it and I was like, oh, should I keep the small or should I just, should I cut it? Should it just be good things come? And they were like, no, I actually like that good things come in small. And I was like, yeah. And it almost felt like a mantra to remember myself of that. Like good things come in small.
Yeah. More often than not. Because even thinking about like in like relationships, like people are always looking for like the little efforts, the baby ways that people are like showing up and like quietly and all those things. And grand gestures never have the same impact that, you know, consistent small effort does. So it's always been, I think some of the like the backgrounds on my like computer right now is it's always the small things.
It's always the small things.
Always the small, like for good or bad, right? Like it's always like the small ways that like, because it snowballs your efforts and your intentions. And I think curiosity is definitely a little bit harder to find the older you get because you just get more awareness and you get more context and you get more trauma. You just, all these things like kind of bury it. So I think it's really quite a skill set to be able to still pull it out for yourself and not for like any external experience that's not yours, but to be able to give yourself curiosity. That's why I like hobbies so much. That's why I like people who have hobbies. I'm like, what are you learning? Like, what are you trying to figure out? Like, that's why I like people who like crochet or braid their hair. I'm like, this is just like because you're trying to understand that thing that's cool. It's the same as the like the repetition or the same as like the seeing if the thing still works. But the cool part about being an adult that kids don't get to experience, or like maybe understand, is like repetition makes you better. Right. That makes curiosity way more fun when you get older, because you're like, oh, okay, like even for me, like my braids are better than they used to be. But I can understand that it wasn't that good, now it is. Like I think as a kid I might not see
the through line.
Yeah. So it's still exciting, but in a very different way. When you're older, you're like, okay, like my interest in my hobby like has like made this blanket, or like it's like helped you have this like your hands made something. I don't know, which I think is the way that it shifts in my head when I think about my curiosity as a grown up versus like what I imagine like a young person's curiosity looks like.
Yeah, I think you're correct in that. And I also think about how right now we're living in a culture where everyone wants to turn their hobbies into
like monetization,
like business, and monetizing their hobbies. And it's like, that's not the point.
Yeah.
It's not the point. The point is to search for something that you really enjoy, that you are willing to spend your time at.
Like that's
and you're willing to like learn about. And it's not tied to anything else, really. It could be so random and outside, in left field. So I too always appreciate people who have hobbies and who are meticulous about their hobbies and who just share them because they want to share them. Not because there is an agenda behind or they're trying to open up an LLC.
Right.
It's just because they found something that they enjoy that brings them closer to themselves and closer to the people around them. And that's really it. I think that's the purpose of what hobbies like should be.
Yeah.
And the way it should function in our lives.
My favorite kind of hobbyists right now are people who are trying to learn how to rollerblade. I think it's just so cool because I'm just like, it's just such a fun way to get around. Like, I don't know what job you'd get if you did it. So it feels so like pure to me, like the like trial and error of falling and like learning and like I appreciate people who document it so I can like just watch them. I'm like, oh my god, it's so cool! You're so good at it now. So there's so much joy in learning, and when you're a kid, you're doing the exploring part. You're not doing the intellectualizing part. Right. You're just staying and like, this is so cool. Like I'm learning a lever or like I'm moving a thing around. Like you're just seeing how it works. So I don't know. I wish that more like young people get a chance to just like keep exploring. Yeah. We're so quick to be like, here's how you do it. That's like remove this like process you're doing. Yeah. Like well-intentioned, but like very harmful for their development. It makes their joy harder to access at a younger age, a little bit.
Yeah, and it tells them that they have to come to a decision much more quicker, or like an answer, or they have to figure something out instead of just looking around and seeing what's around them, and that's it.
You know how satisfying it is to figure it out yourself? Yeah. Like, and to not even know what you figured out, but to have been like, oh, like something clicked together. Like, I don't know. That's cool. That's not what I was trying to do, but now I know that those things click together. Right. So you also remember it more if you do it yourself. Like there's so many other like cognitive things that happen for kids if that's the process. But yeah, I don't know. I think the thing about boredom is like, I feel like when we were kids, I don't know, I was bored a lot and I was fine. Right. But I think that like as things have changed, the world has evolved, boredom is like not experienced, which means that people don't learn how to be slow. Yeah. Even if it's not for curiosity or joy's sake, like they just don't learn that they need to be or can be. They have to be like occupied perpetually for like 24 hours. Yeah. It's pretty sad, honestly, to witness. And one of the questions that I've been like mulling over is like, where do I have agency? And even in this, having this conversation is reminding me of that question, because it's like, how can I see things a little bit differently? Where do I have agency to like look at a situation and make a different conclusion based on what is happening around me? Instead of, I feel like as adults, we're just always worried. Like everything. We're always making up stories. Like there are always so many stories that we're just telling ourselves about what we're doing, what other people are doing, how other people are behaving, all of this, that it just feels so exhausting. And I am really trying to practice like bringing agency back into my own life and being like, oh, I can do this differently. Oh, I can respond differently here. I can choose to spend my time in a different way than
then I might have not want to.
Right.
So there's something about like boredom and agency that feels like connected to me. Because when you're bored, you have to make decisions about how it is that you want to spend your time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So so boredom is like the space to either choose to like opt into doing something or to opt out. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Yeah. No, I see that. I see it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Last time I was bored.
Right.
But I don't know if it's because I'm occupied. I think I just like, I enjoy my time. I'm doing the things I like and want, So I don't know if
that you wouldn't consider it boredom.
Yeah, I think like, because I like, if I want to collage, I'll collage. I don't know. Like, I don't mind like not doing something. I don't consider, maybe it's just, maybe because I live alone. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't feel bored. I haven't felt bored in a long time. I think for me, when I think about boredom, I think about not having access.
Interesting.
Or choice.
Oh.
So like, I'm waiting for like the chance to get to do something that like, I don't have the like, I can't drive myself somewhere, or I don't have the tools, or like, I think about boredom like for me when I was like in high school. I felt bored a lot. And I think I mean, again, rough draft thought, but like in high school I felt bored because I was always home and I like maybe didn't want to be, and like I wanted to go somewhere or do something and I couldn't. Yeah. So I was just kind of like, it wasn't even like I was just like, no, I was just like anticipating doing something, which feels different than like choosing not to do something. Does that make sense? That's the connection I made in my head. Is like boredom for me felt like I didn't have a choice in it. Yeah. I didn't choose it. Mm-hmm.
So there was no agency.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't like I chose to like lay or I chose to read. It was like I had no options but to just be here. So I did it, which was fine, but it wasn't like with freedom or with excitement or with like peace or ease. It was just like, yeah, like I don't have options.
Huh. Yeah, that's an interesting take, because I do think that a lot of people that some people who say that they're really bored also have a lot of access. Like I think about like younger kids. Access? Yeah, like maybe too much access.
Yeah, I think it's a spectrum. I think you're right. Yeah, they like almost they have too many choices that they're too bored. They like overall them.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Like even this past week, I took the day off because I wasn't feeling super well. And then I didn't have a plan for my day because I just decided to do this randomly because that's just how I felt. So I reacted to how I felt. And then I spent the day and I was doing things that I wanted to do, but I was like, am I bored and trying to fill my time right now because I have the entire day? I was like, what is happening here? I don't know how to explain it better. Other than here's this day that I had a specific plan for. I was supposed to work. Right. That went away. So then I had the entire day to myself. And I was like, oh, the world of possibilities. I can do anything. Right. And nothing. Right. At all. And so as I was going through the day, I was like, am I doing this because I have nothing else to do? Or like, am I trying to...
Would that mean that you were bored? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Interesting. Because I think when I think about the access thing, for boredom, I think about like some of the like science behind it, at least from my understanding, is like you leave, like for a kid, you leave them with like some options and like for the next 2 hours, like this is it. Yeah. You do with this as you desire or not, but like there's no like, you can't, it's like, you're going to read these books if you want to play with this like Play-Doh, or you're going to like lay or sleep or whatever, but like you're in your room for an hour. And how you choose to spend your time is however you choose to spend your time. And like, that's where I think boredom can like teach choice and teach like slowness and teach like switching over, and all those things can happen. I think that's where I see it to be developed, is like when you have some options, but like you can't opt out of your options. Does that make sense? Even if you chose to do none of them, you're still like in your room for the hour. Yeah. Versus like tantrum, I want something else that's not in this room, I'm so bored I have to do it, and the urgency of like, I'm not gonna just use my toe. Does that make sense? Does that distinction make sense to you? Like if you have a few options, like for you, like you had things you want to do, could do, whatever it may be, available. Do them at your leisure, how you want to, or none of them. But that is, I think, like healthy boredom.
Okay.
Like you have X amount of like space. But I think to your point, like when you have way too much access and there's like, you have like too many options, you're almost like exhausted by them. Mm-hmm. That you like are now searching for new again. Yeah. And don't know how to like play with the same toys again. Mm-hmm. Or like do the same activity again, or like do no activity and not need a new activity. Mm-hmm. So when I say like healthy boredom, the way I like understand it is like there's things you could do, or you could opt out, but like that's it. Yeah, I'm not adding like a random new thing to your plate because you're opting out of this. Mm-hmm. This is like kid specific. Yeah. So I think that's the distinction in my head is like boredom is like a choice to engage or not. Unhealthy boredom, I think, is like you don't know how to be bored. You're so like anxious that you need to be filling your time with something, but it's not these things, and therefore like we're all gonna freak out and like have to like randomly find a new exciting thing to hold your attention for like 30 seconds. Yeah, that's a distinction of my brain.
Yeah. And I feel like I have mostly been exposed to unhealthy boredom. Like, at least when I hear younger people speak, it feels that way for them. They're like, oh my goodness, I have nothing to do, even if there are things in front of them that they can do. Yeah. They just feel
like it's not new or interesting.
And so, yeah, I'm like, at what point does that happen, even developmentally?
I think when you have 20 choices.
When you have too many choices?
I think so. Or like, yeah, I think when you have too many choices and not enough responsibility, I think is when it happens. I'm making this up. I don't know. This is my guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Only because like, I feel like part of what I've watched in like my students and just like some of the things that I feel like I read in grad school is like, a lot of kids just want to be included in tasks. They don't necessarily need like a game. They just want to like feel like they're part of the, like they'll like wash the dish with you. They want to be included, right? Like, but when you like don't include them, and then also like don't, and also give them so many options so that they stay occupied. Yeah, they never learn how to just like chill or just like be. But then you add technology to that, and the whole thing gets destroyed, right? Like because if you think about even like the shows that you and I grew up watching versus the shows that like the young people now are watching, like the shows we watched growing up were really slow. Like one thing would happen like a 30-minute episode.
I know, and they would uncover it.
They would slowly
build.
Uncover, and then like we'd all be like, oh my god, like one. And we'd all be like, and then the show would end and we'd close the TV and then we'd be done with that. Whereas I think like now, I mean, think about like shorts and reels and like it's everything is so continuously happening. Like I don't even know if they could handle like a 5-minute video.
Yeah.
Versus like a 7-second one.
Yeah.
They don't have the patience. I think boredom, maybe building your capacity to be bored is also building your capacity to be patient and to not have like not a need to satisfy something so like urgently.
Yeah. No, I think that's accurate. Yeah. And you find that a lot of people then when they feel a sense of boredom are just trying to like not experience that feeling.
Yeah, like running away from it. I don't know if I remember what boredom feels like. I know I experienced it, like,
of course.
And maybe even now, but I think I have enough things I'm like interested in. Yeah. That I have access to.
Yeah. But even when I was younger, I never felt like I was bored.
I felt like I was, but then I would like draw.
Yeah.
Or like I would find like a poetry book and like read. I don't know. I filled my time, and I think because I was trying to distinguish that like filling your time doesn't necessarily mean that you can't handle boredom. But I think it was just like I would like let my mind wander and be like, oh, I'd be like, let me clean my closet. I don't know. Like I would just like find a way to fill my time that wasn't like quickly.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, like if I'm bored for another minute, I'm gonna like lose my shit, I don't remember that. I almost
feel like you're an addict.
You know what I mean? But I think that like the technology of today, I feel like it like is breeding that in people because like I don't have a TikTok, this. TikTok scares me. I'm actually really afraid of it. I just like from what I've heard of it, like I can't stop scrolling, and I'm like, yeah. I was like, I don't know what that means, and I don't know myself enough to know if I would be susceptible to that or not. I'm just avoiding the entire thing. Like it makes me really nervous.
Yeah, you don't want to be a victim to
because I'm like, I can understand it. Like, even for Instagram, like, part of what Instagram, like, for me is, like, even if I'm scrolling, it'll be like, you're caught up. And then I'm, like, done. I'm like, all right, well, I saw stuff, I guess.
Saw what you needed to see.
Now I'm not on it anymore.
Yeah,
and I just, like, maybe it's, like, I like, part of what I really enjoy about what boredom can create, not for kids. For kids, it's maybe different, but, like, it gives you a chance to, like, fall back in love with things you have. Mm-hmm. The chance to kind of, like I'll randomly, like, my house will be not clean. I'll have a lot of work to do, but I'll just, like, start a painting. I'm like, that wasn't the best use of my time. But that's what I wanted to do, right? And I wasn't bored. I definitely have enough, like, very grown-up tasks that I could be doing.
Right.
But this is way more fun, right? So I think, like, I don't know.
Yeah, but to me, that's not boredom. That wouldn't be considered boredom.
No, but I'm saying, like, I think that's why I'm not bored.
Oh,
because, like, even in the midst of having, like, adult responsibilities, like, I'm gonna pause it to do something I want to do. So I can't imagine a world where, like, I'm like, what do I do with my, like, I have enough to do. Yeah, maybe. And I think the reason why I said I was a kid is, like, as a kid, I didn't have enough to do. Just because I didn't have enough responsibilities. Like, I had homework. I did my homework. I, like, cleaned. If I had to go to a job, I went to a job. And, like, I didn't have a lot of things. So I found myself more easily, like, searching for stuff. But that's how you build interests and hobbies. And, like, curiosities, potentially. Or it's how you watch TV forever, also. So I think, everything is available.
Yeah.
Are you seeking boredom, you think?
I'm not seeking boredom per se. I'm seeking spaciousness and unstructured time.
You don't feel like you have that now? Or at all now?
I feel like I have it a little bit more now than I did previously. But yeah, I feel like it's something that you have to actively create.
Spaciousness?
Yeah.
I trying to figure out what it meant.
Spaciousness?
No, boredom.
Oh.
I like words here.
What's the
interesting definition?
What's the definition?
Okay. Boredom is the state of feeling weary, restless, or uninspired due to a lack of interest or stimulation.
Definitely the lack of stimulation.
It's not just having nothing to do, but often indicates a deeper lack of direction or engagement in daily life. While often unpleasant, boredom can spark creativity. Yeah. Key aspects of boredom. I can't help this whole... whatever. It's a feeling of listlessness and dissatisfaction. In my head, boredom is not a negative feeling. I didn't know. I didn't like register in my head as like...
Most people think it is, though.
Yeah,
I don't think about boredom in that way.
A lack of passion, overvaluing constant entertainment, or routine that lacks meaning. Wow. There's a lot. I didn't know any of these things. Boredom versus unoccupied. Being unoccupied can be a peaceful moment of rest, whereas true boredom is a restless desire for engagement that cannot be met.
That makes sense.
Like a scratch you can't itch. Yeah. Interesting.
Because you're not stimulated to the level that you want to be.
Right. Which, like, maybe we've just... I figured it out maybe then for myself, because I don't feel that way. Like, it's been a long time since I've been like, what am I going to do with my time? It hasn't happened in a while. Okay. The power of boredom. Periods of boredom allow the brain to reset and can catalyze creative thinking and new projects. While usually temporary, chronic boredom can lead to poor mental health, lack of focus, and risky behavior. Overcoming boredom. Instead of immediately trying to escape the feeling with technology, embrace the quiet to find what you are truly passionate about. Activities like exploring new hobbies, socializing, or engaging in creative tasks can help. I don't know that to do with your mental health. Yeah, I don't know how accurate this reading was, but that was useful to me. Yeah, I don't know if I like, and maybe this is like truly like a problem of like being young, that you're trying to figure out what you like. So it makes sense that you could potentially, if you don't have your phone like attached to your face, could experience more boredom because you're like, I'm bored by this. I see it a lot more on like younger, like my high school kids who are just like, this is all dumb. I'm like, yeah. But what do you care about? And you don't know what you care about because, you're 15. So I think when adults experience it, it's interesting. So I'm like, why don't you know what you care about? Right. And it could change. What you care about can change. But like, I care about a lot of stuff.
Right. But again, that's why we think hobbies are important.
Right.
Like, identifying what your hobbies are gives you some ability to know what you like versus what you dislike.
Yeah.
And like and being able to identify that for yourself is really, really helpful.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a sense of direction too.
How do you teach this?
How do you teach what?
Like a maybe curiosity, like a willingness to engage. Because like boredom is like, if it's like lack of stimulation, but that only happens if you're not like looking for stimulation, right? You could be understimulated by things that are around you, but like I'm always looking for ways to like be more engaged.
Yeah.
Not with like my work, but just like in life with like being a person.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know how you teach it.
I wonder how many adults experience boredom.
Yeah, and you know what? That's actually a great question.
Because I can't recall. Like, it's been a while. Maybe because I'm just busy. Maybe that's why I can't see it. But, like, I don't remember being like,
Just twiddling your thumbs. Like now what am I
haven't twiddled my thumbs in a long time. Maybe I should twiddle my thumbs more. I don't know. But I don't need to, you know?
Right, but then there's this piece that I'm trying to decipher, that you were saying earlier, is that there could be things that are available to you, but you just don't want to engage in them.
Yeah. Which is...
And that may
boredom?
feel like boredom.
Yeah. But I think that's true of like even for me, like with hobbies, like there's a lot of hobbies that I've started and I've stopped because I didn't want to engage with them anymore. Like the painting has been there for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's really great.
Thanks. But I haven't like... It's not done. I should finish it, but I was bored by it. And I want to keep painting, so I stopped painting. But I didn't like... Now I'm not like, well, now what? I just did a different task. I moved on. I don't know, right?
Like I have other things I want to be doing and enjoy doing.
Then I then I didn't. So I think like the like privilege of being a grown up or like being older is like you can put stuff down. But well, as a kid, so I can understand. Like let's say like you like begged your parents to let you like go learn to play the violin,
right?
And then you got bored. They can be like, nah, we paid a lesson, you gotta keep going, and now you're just like engaging in this thing you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why in my head, like boredom and agency are related to your point. Like when I was younger, I feel like I was bored a lot more because I didn't get to like continue to pick what I wanted. And I felt like I couldn't pick something if I wasn't fully committed to it. Yeah. So I couldn't opt out of it. So I just didn't choose stuff. I just kind of like did nothing instead. But that was more because like I didn't feel like I had the room to like change my mind.
Yeah.
You know, which I feel like as a grown up is not a problem. Like, no one wants to tell me I can't do something.
Right.
I gotta keep going? No.
Especially you live by yourself. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, even if, let's say tomorrow I want to go like learn how to like dance for like the next month, I could do that. And then if I bored, I could stop. I would keep going like for the sake of discipline maybe, or like to make my money's worth, whatever. But like, there's no, like the fear of starting doesn't exist as an adult because you can stop.
Right.
Whereas for kids, I feel like they don't have all of the autonomy to decide they're opting out of something because they're bored. It's like not a good enough reason.
Yeah. But it's also the feeling that like boredom creates that I've witnessed.
Like stagnation.
Not only stagnation, but like, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like, antsy. People feel antsy.
Yeah.
When they're bored.
You're not stimulated enough.
Yeah, because they're just like, I don't know what I want to be doing something else, but I don't want to be doing this, but I'm not sure what it is. And so, but this desire to like be stimulated makes them feel antsy. I'm like, I think it's actually okay for you not to be stimulated all the time.
But I think stimulation might not be always, but that's still not boredom if you're choosing to be not stimulated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You still get to, but I think like it feels that way until you've opted into no stimulation. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's still like I think that like yes, I agree with you, but like I think the feeling of boredom is like I haven't opted into anything. Even if I'm opting into stillness, I haven't opted in. So I'm bored until I make a decision that like, hey, I'm actually choosing to like learn how to be still. Right? Versus like I don't know what to do. Like that feeling is stressful.
Yeah.
The like time is passing and I'm just like, you know, like meditating is a very different experience than like waiting. Right. You know, like you're actually doing something, and it looks visibly the same potentially if you're a person who sits and meditates, but like, yeah, like I can understand it feels antsy because like the direction thing, you know, you lack direction.
You feel directionless. Yeah.
But your direction could definitely be like yoga. or like track. I don't know. You could decide to like run all day if you choose. But either way, like the thing before you decide that, I think is what boredom is. I didn't know it was negative. In my head, I was like, boredom is so calm.
Right, like boredom is
like,
fun.
Yeah, you're just like, you're not doing nothing. You're kind of looking around. Like in my head, it wasn't like a heightened, anxious experience. But that kind of, it makes sense that it feels that way.
Yeah, like I've had some of my younger cousins are the ones that I mostly think about. And when they have told me that they're bored, I'm like, why are you bored?
It's because they were so much shorts.
Yeah.
Their attention span is like 30, not even 30 seconds, like 12 or something.
Yeah. And it makes me think about on the other side, how many adults pay so much money to be understimulated.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
when it's like you were born as a kid.
We can actually fix it early. We can fix it early and like take that away. Yeah, I think there also, I've seen it online, a lot of parents who are like, they have like cassette tapes of the old shows that like The Lion King, like all I love. Between the Lions, like a reading show.
Oh, okay.
It's so slow.
It's like called Between the Lions?
Yeah, reading Between the Lions. I'm pretty sure it's called Between the Lions. Now I want to double check.
Okay.
But it's like it's a show that teaches you how to read. It's how to learn how to read. Yeah, it's really good. But it's like puppets and like Between the Lions. I recommend. It's a great show. So I've seen, and a lot of parents have these on like cassette or they have it on YouTube. And like an episode is like teaches you about a vowel. It's just a show. It's a very slow show, but it's like it's an appropriately stimulating show. It's not like over or under. It's just like teaching you. I feel like I've seen a lot of parents who are trying to like make their house like a screen-free home, and like they're watching this and they're not playing music, and they're trying to like account for all the money they're gonna pay later as adults to understimulate themselves. Yeah, so I feel like you and I got lucky at our like, because I didn't grow up with a phone.
Yeah,
like I think I got my first phone like at some point in like high school. And even then it was like the phone didn't do much besides text people.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until like college that I got like this kind of phone. So I feel like we got very lucky in that we weren't a few years younger, because they grew up with like a TV in their hand essentially.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why we can't relate in the same way.
I honestly think so. Because when you're a kid and you have unstructured time, there are things around you that you can opt into. Versus right now, it just feels like the phone or the technology is the only thing that you can opt into.
But even, I think when we were kids, there were things you couldn't opt into. Like I was like, so for me, from my memory of middle school, like I would talk to my friends at school. We were on like G chat or like whatever, like Gmail, whatever. And then once I got home, like I was home. There was nothing. I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't seeing nothing. I wasn't talking to my friends. Like we weren't continuing conversations. Like we had a house phone. Like if they called, like my mom would be like, okay, like, wrap it up. Like we should talk. Y'all see it tomorrow. So there was no. So I think as kids, like we were understimulated. There wasn't like this constant communication that was happening. When I remember teaching high school, like they all were talking to each other all day long. Snapchat, on Instagram. They're having like 7 conversations collectively while they're developing their brains. Like sometimes like I'll be talking to you on Instagram and on my phone, but sometimes I'll turn my phone off. And that's also like, it feels the same to me. But I think for them, it's like, they're like, but what did they say? But like, who's talking to me? But like, what like, did I miss beef? Like, what happened? And I'm like,
You've heard of the brick device, right? Because you've used it in school.
Oh, Yonder? Oh my God. Yes. It's called Yonder.
That just came up in my brain as another, as something people use.
It's like it's funny.
Is it helpful?
Like the kids hate it. Like,
obviously. Which
is like really wild. Cause I'm like, well, everyone you're talking to on your phone is inside your classroom. I don't know what the problem is. Like, it's not like there, because the rule of thumb was
they don't know post-it notes exist.
But they're also, you're in class. Like, the thing I don't understand is like, we couldn't take their phones away. That was like a rule, which I was like, sure, keep your phone with you, but so you lock them, like a thing, right? And like if they could like rip it or break it, they have to pay for it. It was like kind of the rule, and I'm like, you need your phone that bad? It's okay, but like my thing was like all the people they were texting and messaging are like, you guys are in the same hallway. Like, what is? It's not like you don't have access to them. What is the thing that's like here that is not here? I didn't get it. I was like, I don't get this level of urgency.
We've definitely been socialized that like the phone is easier. than talking to somebody.
It is, but they're literally they're sitting this close to each other. So I'm like,
that's how
I'm like, you can't say a word to each other. You can't say a word. You gotta like,
it's not private.
That's, yeah. So yeah, I definitely use those. Do I think they're helpful? I think that for kids who are willing, yes.
But I see a lot of adults using it also.
Yeah, which hopefully they're willing. The kids are kind of being forced to use it. You know,
oh
they
yeah,
don't have a choice. But yeah, I think again, like I just
don't know how it could get that bad.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I could turn my phone off.
Yeah,
and
like I lose my phone in my house like at least once an hour. Like I don't know where it disappears to.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and for people who are always on their phone, like, what are you doing? I can only watch so many videos on my phone before I'm like, all right.
Before I get bored.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I need to change tasks. Maybe that's how my boredom appears. Like I need to switch tasks sometimes, and like yeah, I've seen there's also apps like lock certain apps, and I'm like, guys, like, are we okay?
I don't think so.
I like that you whispered that.
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah, I've heard of them. I've used them. I get the value of them. There's a cocktail bar in DC that's rebranded to be like a quiet bar. And when you walk in, they give you a pouch to like lock your phone in. Yeah, which like for me it's effective, I guess. But in my head, I'm like, I'll just put my phone down. Like
that's a skill now.
Which is weird, I guess. But like, I'm like, maybe it's the way we were brought up. But for me, I'm like, who's gonna text me? Either you or him. Who's talking to me? Yeah. But maybe if you have a different kind of social life. I don't know.
So. I don't think so.
Then what is it? Because there are people who are our age who have the same like problem.
My assessment is that the phones are addictive, and
the TikTok.
Not just all of them. TikTok, Instagram, and TikTok are like hand in hand in terms of, you know, especially with the shorts and stuff. But yeah, people are addicted to their phones, and it has become an extension of us. I remember when my phone died, like a month and a half ago, and I was like, who am I? I can't even access an alarm clock.
Yeah,
I don't know everything has become phone
part
number.
Of this. Yeah, that makes me sad. Like the only phone numbers that I know by heart are my mom's and my sister's and my dad's.
I only know my sister's phone number. Anyone else? I love y'all. You won't ever see me again.
I've never had to, because you don't have to dial it.
Yeah,
like growing up, I had to dial their number, so it's like in my brain because I had to, you know.
But I think about the loss of information.
Should we start learning? Should I learn your number? I should learn your number. Okay, I'm gonna practice.
Yeah.
Cause like
I want to have like a little book.
Like even for my mom, like I like go to my keypad when I call her, I just dial her number. I don't like look for her name in my like list of people. I just dial her number.
Oh wow.
And same for my sister, I just dial her number. Cause I'm like, I'm not looking for your name.
Yeah.
In this list of names.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't dial anyone. I don't even know what yours starts with.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
347.
Okay. Thank you. I will learn. I'll be a professional. Don't you worry. Yeah, I hate that. I want what are they called? Address books. I want an address book.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's go back.
No,
pen and paper.
Even driving, I'm like, I don't know how to read a map.
Like MapQuest? Oh, I was a MapQuest queen. Okay, that was my job, my household.
That's great.
I'd print them. I'd be like, yeah. But now
you would get lost with me if I had to do that. I just think about like all
the skills we're losing.
All the skills that we're losing right now as technology is advancing.
Yeah.
And that the promise of technology, it's like, you don't have to remember these things so that you can focus on the other things that you enjoy in your life.
And it's like what I enjoy apparently is looking at videos. Yeah.
And you're spending like $100,000 on a 30-second video to entertain me.
Right.
I think it might have been in the Devil Wears Prada movie that people make content for people to watch on the toilet. Like, that's so sad.
Specific for the toilet?
No, like, you make content, you spend so much money and so much time, and like people are literally just like watching it on their toilet.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, that's what it's got into? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
So bring back boredom?
Basically.
Yeah.
That's kind of the quest I'm on this summer.
I just...
To like have enough free time.
Or bring back like doing stuff in real life, maybe? Because I think I don't feel...
Going analog?
Yeah, which I feel like I didn't leave that far from it, maybe.
I don't think so.
Like, I still rather write on paper. I still prefer a paper planner.
Yeah.
I have one remotely because, like, I work in the capitalistic environment we all live in. But, like, me with if you're on my handwritten planner, I'm not remembering what we're talking about. That's still true for me. Like, when I leave my planner, I come back to my house and I get it. That's happened a couple times this week.
Wow.
I had to return because I was like, nothing. I have nothing. I don't know. So before, if I lose this versus my planner, it's like more of a catastrophe for my schedule.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
That you actually have something physical where the information
I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know how to. This isn't like, I think my issue with this. I love my phone. That wasn't clear. My bestie. I do a lot of stuff on there, but like, the repetition of writing something down is how I remember it. That's always been true. So like, if I'm trying to remember like a meeting, a task, whatever it is, like, it needs to be pen to paper.
Yeah.
I mean, whiteboard. You know, like, I need to write stuff down. So like, I remember, like, I had like penmanship class.
Yeah.
I think now they learn typing, if at all. I don't know if they do that anymore, but
yeah, they do not know how to even write
cursive. I had to write cursive.
Yeah. I remember learning.
Well, we're not that much older. Like, I don't feel like we're not that. So
we're
that's
like
why
a
it's
decade
weird.
behind.
That's so it shouldn't be that big of a gap, I think.
But that's how much technology has advanced in our lives.
Yeah,
and how much we release our own agency to give this object more.
It's like trendy to be analog now, I think.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
No, you're starting to write.
Even it's calling it analog, I feel like that's like a new.
It's like it's real life. It's not analog.
I'm like
yeah. But you're going to start to see a shift now with a lot of people not wanting to have screen time and just wanting to like live like screen-free lives. Yes. You know how much happens on the internet? People are being cyberbullied all the time. There's so much madness.
It's going from like war to like, and this cool braiding thing, and then it's like war, and you're like, whoa, it's like consuming a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
here's to curiosity. Yeah. Oh.
I'm like, I'm scared.
Perpetually in fear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like curiosity. Yeah, I've seen it. I mean, even the college students that I'm like interacting with, like, I'm just like nervous for them. I'm like, you guys are like fucked.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be.
Right.
But like, they don't have, they need like a way to interact with a different experience, but they can't because the world is so tech like forward now.
Yeah.
Have you ever had AI? Have you ever seen the AI interviewers that are floating around in the world?
No.
My friends have told me that like when they're applying for jobs, that they're interviewed by an AI, like not a person, but an AI person. I don't know what an AI interface
bot.
Yeah, I don't know what the word. Yep. And I'm just like, but it looks like a person.
I mean, AI is making music videos.
Right. Oh my God. Yes.
I don't know about music videos. It's making music.
Right. Well, like, why?
We are living in a time right now where we are giving our agency and our critical thinking skills away.
Yeah, and the thing about like, yeah, I mean, you know, me and my soapbox about schools, we stopped teaching critical thinking a long time ago, long before the AI got here.
Right.
And maybe because they knew it was coming. I don't know, but.
I know I saw this video recently where this kid was going to his classmates and being like, hey, read this sentence. And they like couldn't comprehend. Oh, they didn't know the word silhouette. They couldn't like say the word silhouette. It was a sentence and one of the words in the sentence was silhouette and no one in the video got the sentence correctly. And they're like, I don't know what this means. I was so afraid.
Yeah, we lost the plot for sure.
Yeah. And it's like, towards what? Towards what?
Dictatorship.
Yes. Fascism.
Well,
I was about to say, because if you have a population of people who don't think.
Yeah, then, you know, you say whatever you want. They're like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The people believe the earth was flat.
So.
Yay! Fine. Boredom is important. Curiosity is good.
Do nothing. Do nothing sometimes. Comprehend. Read.
That could be a hobby, learning how to read.
I mean, yeah, a nice little reading club.
Yeah, like sounding words out is very important.
Yes. People don't do that anymore.
No.
Which makes no sense to me about how people learn how to read now.
Actually, they learn through like sight words. They're like, this is, and then they remember the picture and the word.
Yeah. So boredom is important.
Boredom is important. All right, so let's do takeaways. Takeaways you have for yourself?
My takeaway for myself is to be weary. Just like always be a little bit skeptical about new technologies, to be quite honest. That's always my initial choice. And good things come in small. Is what I'm kind of sitting with. And like seeing the same things through different eyes is just as important as seeing something new. What about for you?
I feel privileged that I can focus on my life and like my world. Because it's scary out there. And it's scary everywhere, but sometimes I can just be like, anyway, it's cool over here for a hot second, you know? So I'm grateful that I like, for the privilege, I guess. And my takeaway for myself is I'm grateful that curiosity like has matured. Like it's still with me, you know, like it looks different. Maybe I'm not, you know, like walking around the house a lot of times, but I am like restarting paintings.
Right.
You know, so for me, I'm grateful for my curiosity and I'm aware of my privilege.
What about for the audience?
Find a hobby.
Find
a few. Don't monetize it. Just do it for fun. And it don't gotta cost money. You can learn how to dance. That's free.
Go to YouTube University.
Yeah, you know, you can like learn how to meditate. You can learn how to do a cartwheel.
You can learn how to double dutch.
Yeah, you know,
learn how to jump.
You can learn how to do like the string games. You know, the ones I used to play as kids. Like, pass it on. Yeah, a lot of ways. You can learn how to braid your hair. There's a lot of ways to like spend your time that is not towards progress or like money or whatever. So I think I hope the takeaway is that like that is as essential as like working or other things
or anything else
for like your soul.
Yeah.
For your spirit.
Yeah.
For your well-being.